Welcome to the Ladies Enrichment Entrepreneurs Club talk show, where we support women in business and help them to grow in their personal development. Today, we have a special guest with us, Esme, and she will be introducing herself. Hello, Esme.
Hi Zelda, thanks for having me on your show today. My name is Esma Hume and I'm from South Africa. I've been intrigued by animation for a long time now, since I saw that moving arrow on the computer screen when I was in matric. And so my story starts. 1995 was an interesting year. It was the year that I was in matric and coincidentally also the year that the first full-length animation movie was released. We all know that famous movie Toy Story, right? Well, animation was so new then, I didn't actually know that it was called animation, so I couldn't go and study it. So I went and I studied as a management assistant instead. I received my diploma and I went into corporate, where I would spend the next about 20 years. You know, when something big happens in your life, right, that feeling inside? Well, eventually the memory fades, but the feeling stays. I tried for a long time to ignore that feeling because I thought I would never get the chance to realize my dream. But you know what? Even if God is 20 years late, He is still on time. A while ago, my life changed. I got the opportunity to study for my national certificate in 3D animation and visual effects. I was so excited. Eventually, I could start realizing my dream. That was the most amazing feeling. And that excitement encouraged me to get up earlier in the mornings to work on this passion of mine. I eventually started doing further online courses to hone my skills. Last year, God provided me with the opportunity to resign from corporate to focus on animation.
Thank you, Esme, for your lovely introduction. Now, tell us a little bit more about what you do and why did you choose to go into this type of entrepreneurship, I can say.
I just love it. I love creating interesting stuff. One thing I really love creating is electronic invitations with music and photos and things moving on the screen. The atmosphere of a function starts with the invitation. Let's say the theme of a kid's party is superheroes. My aim is to let your kid feel like a superhero the moment he sees the invitation. Another passion of mine is to create 3D images of kids' drawings. Kids' artwork. They are so beautiful and innocent and pure. It takes me back to my childhood, and just for that moment, it makes me feel like a child again. Let's have a quick look. What is animation? Animation is the creation of three-dimensional characters or objects or landscapes, even fire or water or space, actually anything you can think of. The process starts with an idea. Let's say, for example, a lion. This lion is planned on paper. Then the next step is to use animation software to create a 3D model of the lion. Following this is the texturing. Now we have a colorful lion. The next step is to give this lion some life. This is done by a process that we call rigging. What it means is that we give the lion a skeleton, giving the lion the ability to move. Now, this is in short the process. It's a very time-consuming process and it's also a very intensive process, but it's so rewarding. Although I'm still very focused on my animation, I started a new hobby for relaxation. You know what? It turned out I love wood crafting as well. What I realized since I started with it is that animation and wood crafting are so different, but in a way so much the same. You see, there's no right or wrong way of doing things, just different ways. As with everything new in my life, I did my homework. I did a lot of research. I spoke to a lot of people already doing it, and I watched a lot of tutorials. My mom also gave me some valuable tips and advice as she's a very skilled artist and I have the greatest respect for her. In the beginning, it was very new and exciting. I never thought I never thought I would actually hold a paintbrush in my hand and I would like it. Never mind a piece of wood. But working in corporate and being an artist are totally different from each other. I started with small and easy projects, but over time it evolved into bigger and more complex projects. My husband also helps me here and there. Even my son wants to make something with mommy every now and then. You know, when you start something new, that little bit of fear inside of you, well, now I'm well over that fear, and I love playing around with different kinds of wood and painting techniques and textures and materials. I already made a few serving trays, photo frames, clocks, welcome signs, all different kinds of decor. You know, I create things that I like. So every piece of wood captures a part of my personality.
It was really lovely to hear about your entrepreneurship slash small business. Now, tell us a little about your goal setting. Are you still in your small business goals, or are you working towards your longer term business goals? And how would you like to achieve them?
Although animation has been a passionate dream of mine for a long time now, I've been in the industry for a relatively short time now. I would love to work on bigger projects with more experienced animators. I always read the credits at the end of a movie, and just to see how many professionals are working on a single movie is astounding. I would love to work with a dynamic team like that.
Thank you for sharing your business goals with us. Now, I would like to know what advice can you give to women out there that would like to go into something similar that what you are doing at the moment? Or maybe they feel like they want to start a dream. What should they do? What is your advice um, to women out there?
You know, life is short. We only live once. So if you have a dream in your heart, go for it. Start small, but be persistent. Work on your dream every day, even if it is something small. But you know what? I think the most important of all, never give up. Never think it's too late. Never think you are too old. When you are really old one day, would you like to say to yourself, if only I tried? Maybe I would have succeeded, but I was too scared. Or would you like to say to yourself, yes, I did it in spite of everything?
Thank you for the very informative advice. And I am sure that a lot of women out there are going to take that and make it their own. Give us your social media accounts. Where are you active on? On Instagram, Facebook, website? What is your main social media accounts?
You can find me on Facebook under Palm Tree Animations.
Last but not least, would you like to collaborate with LAC to do a giveaway?
Yes, of course. I would like to bless somebody with the privilege of having a 3D image of their kids' artwork for free. The drawing can be emailed to me and I will send you an electronic version of the 3D image, which you can print and frame, or you can use it as a background on your computer or your cell phone or even on your television screen.
Thank you, Esme, for this lovely interview of today and the introduction that you gave to everybody. Best of luck for you and your future. Thank you for joining us.